everyone, this is Harshmeen, and I am talking to one of the business owners in Hamilton, New Zealand, who was running some separate few businesses, but now he is into another business which is called Premium Business Academy. And we will be talking about what he does and how he manages multiple businesses, and how he has been handling everything. And things have changed for him since I interviewed him last. So let's talk to Bernard Powell. Hi, Bernard. How are you today?
Good, Harshmeen. Thank you for I'll grab a marker. I like holding on to whiteboard markers. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it because we're probably going to draw some stuff. I like drawing stuff. Thanks for having us along. Really appreciate it. So we're full time now in Premier Business Academy. Been building this business for the last it's kind of a 6-7 year old brand now, but it was kind of a part-time hobby for me up till a year ago. Last year, I decided to go, about a year ago today, actually, June last year, decided to go full time in this business and sell my shares in Premier Group NZ, which was all the different brands we built up there. Premier Pavers, Premier Brick, Premier Turf, all of that, Westone brand, all those different brands that we built over the last 20 years, and brought all that experience to Premier Business Academy. We now have in just 12 months, we now have 177 clients from all around the world. Three clients that do over 100 million USD in revenue, right down to clients who are on their way to their first million. So lots of fun, huge range of business industries and huge range of industries and business types and challenges. We thrive on big problems, so it's lots of fun. And so now we have a team of 12. We built that from zero 12 months ago, and just growing and growing and growing every month. New people joining the program. It's so much fun. Anyway, is that enough on that?
Yes. So, do you still have the Premier Group or?
No, so I stepped down as CEO about a year ago and then sold my shares a few months later. And yeah, probably the best thing I've ever done because now I was at the point in that business where I was down to sort of 20, 30 hours a week. I was looking for my next challenge, and we had a great senior leadership team who are, ready to, well, they were already running the business anyway. I went away on holiday for 2 weeks and had this kind of moment. I thought this is kind of now or never moment, like an epiphany, and thought if I don't do it now and see if we can turn Premier Business Academy into a serious business, I don't want to look back in 10 years from now and have regret about that. So decided to just go all in. It was a pretty crazy move in some ways because I was very comfortable where I was. But I'm always challenging people to get out of their comfort zone. And so I
Yes.
thought, well, I better do that. And so now we're helping businesses all around the world. And it's like I get out of bed at 5 o'clock every morning, fired up. We got more success stories coming in every day. We help people with sales, with culture, with leadership, with marketing, with their, tracking their financial side, like everything pretty much across, small business to large business. It's just so much fun. Yeah, we just get to solve problems. We get to see people transforming. We have a little process, actually. I'll share this with you just quickly. Is It's our success formula, which is very, very simple, but
So,
very,
is
very
it,
powerful. And most people go on, Harshman, you go
is this,
first.
so what you're going to share to me, is this the formula you use to run your business?
Yeah, it's the formula that we practice here, but it's the formula that we train all of our clients to use as well. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'll
So,
share it with you. Really.
let's start. And this can help a lot of businesses as well watching the video.
Yes, yes. It's the success formula. Like, I'm going to share as much as you want today with anyone who's watching, your people who are watching this video, your viewers, because the more value we can bring to you, and hopefully we can change some lives. If you can change your mindset, we can really help you change your business and your life. So number one, it's this simple: mindset. So we have to keep upgrading mindset, stripping away limiting beliefs, helping people to go to the next level. And that's why inside our community, we have a platform that we use called the Business Gym that we created, the Business Gym program. And inside that is where we have the community, the online classroom, the leaderboards, the calendar with all our events, blah, blah, blah. But what we see in there is that people are lifting each other up all the time, and that they are seeing, another ordinary Kiwi or an ordinary English person or a American or whoever changing their mindset and going to the next level. It's so cool, so that everybody's lifting each other up. So mindset you have to continually upgrade mindset. Number two is habits. So habits, you are a direct result of what you do daily. Like our daily habits define us, right? Whether it's our health, whether it's our marriage, our garden, our business, whatever. So in business, our daily business habits is why our business is where it is right now. So if your business is stuck, it's because of your thinking and your habits. It's not what you do once a week or once a month. It's every single day. And then number three, if you can keep upgrading every day, like let's say you do 10 minutes of training, right? Every day. It might be sales training, marketing training, mindset training, any type of training. Your mindset will just keep upgrading every day, just a little bit. And I know you're a lifelong learner. You love to learn, you love to read, so you understand this. But 99% of business owners just don't understand this. And when they do, everything starts to change. So their mindset starts to shift, then their habits start to shift, then they start to experience transformation, right? And it's in this order. You can't skip the process. And then number four is financial freedom or money, more money. And everybody wants more money. Everybody wants financial freedom. It doesn't matter what their goals are. They might have tiny goals or big goals. Doesn't matter. If you have financial freedom, then you have time freedom. Then you can help a lot more people, right? You can go help some charities. You can go do more volunteering work. You can do all sorts of fun stuff. You can spend more time with your family for a start. Charity begins at home. And so a lot of business owners come to us, they're doing 60 hours, 70 hours, 80 hours a week. We had one guy doing 90 hours recently, like crazy. And over 3 months, they can turn that into, they can drastically turn their business around. This one guy is just thinking of 90 hours. Amos, he went from 90 to 50 in 4 months. So he just completely changed his thinking. He jumped in our program, went into the VIP, invested in the VIP, and then just followed this process. Really simple, like doing some training, showing up in our community, asking us questions, getting his roadblocks removed. Incredible. And so we've got, so many of these stories coming in every day. If you look on, there's 138 five-star reviews now, and we've got most of those in the last 12 months. It's crazy. And then there's 60 success story videos. Like they just keep pouring in. And it's this process. There's a lot more to it, but that's the basic formula. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. So you have been involved with a lot of group. Is it so? What the with the Premier Business Group Academy, the training that you're doing, is it online or is it in a
Yes,
group, or how does
everything
it work?
online. Everything online. So, like, I do some face to face. Like, I do go to sites, right, to see some clients, but that's a very small percentage, probably 5%, 4 or 5% of my work, because that's $15,000 a day, and the price is going up to 20 grand in a couple of months, right? We just keep putting that price up. It's expensive. Or depending, it's expensive if you, depending on what size of business you're at, right? It's not expensive if you're a $10 million business and you want to go to a whole new level. But inside the program, you can start on our standard plan, which right now it's about 3,000 US dollars. The premium plans, like for a 6 month program, the premium plan, and then the VIP plan, which is 7,500 US dollars. These prices keep going up every month because the results keep going up and the value of the courses keep going up. But as we speak today, those are the prices. So yes, it's all online. 99% of the training is done online. Like I say, there's a small amount of delivery face to face if a client really wants it, but it's expensive.
Okay. And with your, is this group training or is it training individual people?
Yeah, great question. So we actually find this was really interesting. So for 7 years of just part-time coaching, I've done only one-on-one, or else to big, large groups like keynote speaking, sort of, that kind of thing, or workshops. Now, most of it's in our group coaching program, and people are getting faster and better results for like half the money because business owners that are ahead of them in the group asking better questions, asking questions that they don't even know they should be asking, right? It's crazy. So we're finding that the community side is so powerful in lifting people up. So I always say, like, if you lie down with dogs, you get up with fleas, so, or if you surround yourself with excellence, they lift you up, people lift you up, right? So you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. I mean, I know you understand that, but a lot of people maybe watching maybe haven't heard of that before. And so I'll show you something else here, or share something else, is that if people accept that that is them right now, that's everything they've learned right now. And then this big space here is you don't know what you don't know. And then everything you want is inside this space. So you need to just keep learning a little bit every day and you'll get better and better and better. Now, to answer your question, I found this for me. I didn't know what I didn't know. As soon as we started the group coaching platform, results got even better. It was crazy. I always thought one-on-one would be better. So we still do one-on-one training for bigger businesses where they might have 20 staff. I've got one client that has over 300 staff, right? And so we do small group training for them. but it's still group training, and they learn faster because they're surrounded by their peers, their teammates, and they have more accountability.
Hmm.
Yes, we do some CEO coaching, like one-on-one, at a high level. So that's high performance coaching, to give CEOs their energy back, their time back, help them manage their time better, help them manage their stress better, all of that. But mostly the best results come from the group. Does that answer?
Yes.
Good.
And also the community also helps, because then when you say, oh, I won, some person would say, oh, I did this much amount this week, so somebody will go ahead and tell, oh, this much amount, what did you, so they exchange their experiences. Am I right?
Yes. Yes, yes. So there's a community where you can post, you can post as much as you want. You can ask a question, you can share some good news, you can share an improvement, you can share anything you want in there in the community. So it's like a I guess like a exclusive Facebook community, that type of thing, right? It's on our own platform. But yeah, you can share some good news, and then someone else is like having a bad week or a tough week, or they think, oh, that's not possible. Then they see, Joe doing it or Mary doing it or someone doing it, and they go, wow, if she can do it, I can do it. So
Yeah,
it gives them fresh courage and inspiration. Yeah, it's so powerful. It's
it
crazy.
is so powerful. And then when you go through all of these things, you have clients all over New Zealand, all over the world, right?
All over the world. Yeah, we have
So
New Zealand, Australia, Germany, England, Argentina, USA, Canada. Where else? Yeah, crazy. It's
So,
crazy.
business is different in every country. How do you make sure that you cover those parts as well?
Yeah, good. So we don't train them with on their tax laws or any of that detailed stuff. We say go to your accountant, he can help you or she can help you with your tax and all of that stuff, right? Where we help is we teach timeless business principles that you can use across any industry, e-commerce, any service industry, consulting, software development. Doesn't matter what you're selling, we can help. You might be selling a service or a product, you might be manufacturing or importing, and we can help those, any industry. We've got such a variety of industries. And what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, to answer your question. So we have 13 systems in the program, and we install those 13 systems one by one into every business, which solves the 13 biggest problems that most business owners face, like leadership system. It's called Leadership Genius System, operational excellence system, sales success system, marketing magic system, time management mastery. These are all the 13 biggest problems from this list, pretty much, of what business owners face every day, small business to big business. Now, the only difference between a small business and a big business, there's a couple of differences, but one is the big business has just solved more problems.
Hmm.
That's literally it, right? You could say, oh, they've got a better strategy and they've got a better this and a better that. That's because they've solved more problems to get there. And
Hmm.
so and they've, so that we go hugely by the theory of constraints. What's the constraint right now? Right, here's a tactic you can use right now to overcome that roadblock or climb over that wall. Does that make sense?
Yes. So, are you operating? Do you have an office, or are you operating from home? So, what is
Yeah,
like?
so this is my home office slash gym. So that's what we call the business gym platform. Two reasons.
Oh,
This is the home gym, but it's also the business gym. We say you come in here to build business muscle, right? So
yes.
that's why you go online. We call it the business gym. And because for me, the gym is somewhere where, you go to train, you get out of your comfort zone. It has so many, and it's got such a great analogy, so many similarities to business, right? You don't want to do it. It's the hard thing that makes everything easy, right? So I know for myself, if I do 20 or 30 minutes of lifting weights every day, I don't want to do it because it's not comfortable. It's painful. Some days it's very painful. But if I do it and I do some learning at the same time, listening to some new audio training, then I get two things done at once. But the benefits from that half an hour of pain are endless. And
Mm.
so the same with business. If you put in half an hour outside your comfort zone, or even an hour a day outside your comfort zone in your business, you will win. Because here's another interesting thing that business owners don't understand. The comfort zone, this is why they stay stuck, no growth. And so you might say, oh, well, doing 90 hours a day, that guy is not in his comfort zone. But yes, that is his comfort zone because that's all he knows. And so he just keeps doing the same thing every day, keeps working harder, does more hours every week. That's his comfort zone. But as soon as we say, right, no, you need to change your thinking, change your habits. Here's something you need to do immediately. There's one thing you need to do right now, which is outside your comfort zone. This is where all the growth is. Everything you want in life that you haven't yet got lives here, outside the comfort zone. So, does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Very simple, but no one does
Yes.
it.
And
Not many people.
it's called common sense, but it's very uncommon with common
It's
people.
not common. Common sense is not common. Yeah, and people get in our program and they go, "Oh, that makes perfect sense. Why didn't I think of this?"
So
Right?
how
We
many?
teach. It's crazy. Sorry, you
Yes,
go.
I was asking how many staff do you have for this course? Oh, sorry,
Um,
for
for
this
this,
business.
we've already built to 12 staff from zero in 12 months.
Wow. But
And
you
it's
know
growing.
how,
It's growing all the time. We just keep recruiting. We keep recruiting because we're just growing and growing and growing. Our clients are growing. The results are just pouring in. And so, yeah, I think this is just gonna keep growing really fast.
yeah,
It's great.
I'm still subscribed to your email. I get your email every Monday, every week.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, I
Good.
know because I've been looking at it and reading it. So
Some weeks. Sorry, you go. You go.
when you send emails, what is the strategy about that?
Yeah,
And
good question.
one more question. Um, you started this business just with the no hope into making it into a business. You started it during COVID times. How did that
Yes.
happen? How did you
Yes.
end up making it into a premier
Okay.
business
So the
academy now?
origin. Yeah, so the origin of Premier Business Academy is this really, yeah. So during that first lockdown, obviously everyone panicked, right? They got a bit scared, a bit freaked out. What are we going to do? Business is going to go broke, blah, blah. So we started doing webinars for our clients, right? So we started just holding webinars saying, hey, here's some mindset things you can do that work for us. Here's some, it was me and my brother first. We did a couple together, a few together, and then I think some of our other staff, we got involved, blah, blah. And so I think I did 50 webinars in 50 weeks, right? So one webinar a week for 50 weeks. It was like a whole year. And it just kept growing. Like we got lots of people showing up, sales training, marketing training, finance training. Did a lot with my dad as well. He's a really good accountant, world-class accountant, and he did a lot of financial training. I think me and him did like 19 or 20 webinars together, all on
Wow.
different financial things. Yeah, that was really fun. All of those recordings are now inside our program. They're exclusive. They're not on the internet. They're just inside the program because
Yes.
we got a lot of value out of those, and our clients got a lot of value. So now they are exclusive. We do a lot of exclusive stuff. So if you join the program, you can't just go get it on the internet. It's in the
Mm.
program. It's for you. So yeah, it's very cool. So that's how it started. Is we wanted to help our clients like landscapers, builders, bricklayers, turf installers, our resellers like garden centers, landscape yards, Mitre 10 stores, anyone that was buying off us at the time, architects, we were selling to like quite a few different routes to market.
Mm-hmm.
So we sold through resellers, we sold through architects because they specified our products, and we sold through some trade customers as well, like builders and landscapers and blah blah. So yeah, so we started it for them for free, just free, 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 free. And the idea was that, hey, if we can help lift them up, hopefully they support us. We didn't have any expectation, but hopefully, and they did. Of course, people were like, hey, this is really good information. We want to buy more off Premier Group. So it kind of worked like that. And then I thought, well, I really enjoyed doing it. And I thought, imagine if I could turn this into a real business one day. And so here we are.
Yeah, well done. And it
Thank
has
you. It's
and
fun.
when was the official time you stopped you sold you
Sold my
sold
shares.
Premier Group and started into this like
Yeah,
when
so I left the Premier Group business. I stepped down resigned as my role as CEO in I think it was June last year, or yeah, June last year, 2025, and then just basically got stuck in and just started building this straight away. Sold my shares a few months later, but yeah, that was the business I started from the ground up, from scratch. So Premier Pavers, Premier Brick, Premier Turf, Weststone, True Stone, all these brands that we created from nothing, with our amazing team, of course, that helped us to build that business up. And I think the 10 years before I left there, we did 150 million in sales in 10 years.
hmm,
So it was pretty insane. And we were up against some big brands and some big competitors. And so we bring all that teaching, everything we learned from experience, from our coaches, from our board, from my mentors, all of that stuff. And today I still invest in training all the time. I've just spent $12,000 2 weeks ago on a new course just for me, 4 months, and already I'm getting benefit from it, right? So I'm always investing in my own education because here's a tip for everyone who's watching. Your own education, whether it's business training, whatever type of training, especially business training, if it can pay you back, an extra $1,000 a month for the rest of your life, isn't that a pretty good investment? Like it's a crazy good investment. And here's the thing, the government can't tax you on new skills. If you keep learning new skills, it's the best thing you can possibly do in your life because there's no tax and there's no limit. And so it always blows my mind. Here's something I see a lot. A business owner who's hardly making any money. He'll go out with his friends or she, and they'll blow $500 or $1,000 at a restaurant on a weekend, but they won't invest $1,000 in their training. It's
Agree.
crazy. It's crazy. Right. I don't, people go and have fun. Go and spend $1,000 at the restaurant. That's great. But also invest $1,000 or else or sacrifice the weekend and invest that $1,000 or $500 in some kind of training. Then you can get better. Then you could because everything you don't have is outside here. Everything you don't have, everything you want is in that space of you don't know what you don't know. And that's limitless.
Yes.
Like it's crazy to me, but that's the world. And hopefully someone's watching and is going, actually, that makes sense. I'm going to start investing in myself. Now, you're welcome to invest with us. Fantastic, because we'll turn your money into gold. If you go somewhere else, that's also fine. But talk to us first, because we'll make sure.
Definitely. So if they want to contact you, what is the best way?
So, like, they can Google Premier Business Academy, and we're easily contactable through the platform. You can contact me on LinkedIn, right? Go Bernard Powell, LinkedIn, Bernard Powell Premier Business Academy. Connect with me there. You can chat with me there. We can DM, whatever. Like, there's no firewalls. I don't put up any boundaries. Like, just chat. Get on LinkedIn and connect with me there. We'll chat there, and we can help you out. We can talk about your business. We can talk about your pain points. Because here's the thing if you're in a lot of pain right now, or maybe you don't even know you're in a lot of pain, because here's the thing, Harshmeen, so many business owners, there's some probably maybe 5% realize that they're stuck and they're in a small business. We call it the small business prison. They're trapped. They just can't get free of their business. I was on with a new client this morning, and he's 60 years old, and he's got a $3 million revenue business, not a bad business, making a good profit. But he's stuck, he's trapped in the business. He's doing 50, 60 hours a week and he can't get free. Every time he goes away, the business goes downhill. And so that's a prison. It's a prison. So yes, on the outside, it looks like a great business, but it's not. It's a trap. And so, it's helped him achieve some level of freedom in his life in some ways. But there's thousands of business owners like that who don't realize that you can actually run a business with a light touch, 10 hours a week, 20 hours a week. You can do it, but you have
Yes.
to follow our program or a program that is as good as ours, which I haven't found any, by the way. But yeah, a good program that will get you free. Follow the process. Stop listening to too many voices. That's another big mistake I see. People listening to too many voices, like this internet coach and this coach and this coach and this, and they just get so confused about where to go. Listen to one voice. Just get one guide for a while, even if it's 12 months, one guide. Just go all in on one program. That's what I'm doing right now with this latest program. There's all sorts of stuff I could be doing, but I've chosen one program and I'm listening to them for the next 4 months, and that's it. That's
Hmm.
it. And I'm following their process for the next 4 months, and
So
I'm
to
already getting results. Go on.
Oh, sorry, what were you saying? You're already getting the results.
Hmm. Already, because I'm listening to one guide, following one program. And that's my a big advice for a business owner that's watching this. Hopefully, you've got some business owners in your audience. I'm
Yes,
sure.
I do.
Yeah.
So, my
So
next
keep
question
going.
is, if anybody wants to invest, what would be investment look like in these programs?
So,
Just an
um,
idea.
yeah, absolutely. A 6 month program, if you want to go VIP, right now the price is 7,500 USD, which is roughly 12,900 New Zealand dollars right now. It's all in USD because we sell all around the world, right? It makes it
Yes.
easy. So 12,900 roughly New Zealand dollars for a VIP pass into our program gives you access to everything. All of our community, over 200 training videos, our 13, how many fingers have I got? 10. Our 13 business systems. So you can install each business system into your business. You can do that in just 13 weeks if you're really good, if you really go for it, or you can take 6 months to do that. And then most people stay on after 6 months and they just pay a monthly fee to stay on after that because the return on investment is crazy. Every
Yes.
owner tells me they can't even, lots of them can't even quantify that return on investment. They
Hmm.
get, 5 extra hours a week with their kids. Well, how do you put a price on that? How do you put a
Hmm.
price on that? You can't. That's priceless. And I use, I say to them, my goal in my life is 5 hours a day with our children, 5 hours a day, quality time, no screens, wonderful quality time. Now that's great. Most business owners can't even get 2 hours with their kids, even 1 hour. And when they do, they're thinking about work and they're worried about work and they're worried about cash and the phone rings and they take a call after hours, all that stuff. We can help you get free of all of that stuff. And for most business owners, that seems like a dream. It seems like fairy dust. It seems like rah, 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 blah, blah, woo, woo. It's actually achievable because I did it in a business with 75 staff in a very tough industry. And then we've done it with so many business owners around the world.
Hmm.
So return on investment is crazy. Anyway, did I answer your question?
Yes, it does. So if so in the end, I just want to ask you, have has any do you have any failure in life,
Any
in
failures?
business?
Regrets? Failures? Regrets? What do you mean?
Yeah, any failure in life that you had, and how did
Yes.
you overcome it?
Yes, a lot. Yeah, it's a good question. Lots of failures, right? I look at it this way: you win or you learn, right? So you can say it's a failure, but one way of looking at it is fail fast, fail really fast. So fail, get up, do it again, fail, get up, do it again. I think Winston Churchill said is that success is the ability to go from failure to failure to failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. I love that quote. Or another quote I love is if you don't quit, you can't lose. So you just keep going, get up, get up, get up. So yes, there's a lot of stories I could tell you about so many failures through the last 24 years or massive learning curves, right? Here's one that stands out in my mind a lot. 2017, we were going really well as a business, really profitable, growing, growing, growing. This was in the old business. Um, and we decided to invest in a automated machine in one of our factories, a paving machine. And we invested I think it was about $1 million in the machine, maybe 1.2, and all the things that go with it. And then we installed it and commissioned it, and it didn't do what we expected it to do. And we kept on trying to commission it, and we threw more and more money, more and more staff. We had staff coming over from our Tauranga factories to help. It was like living hell. It was terrible. It was a nightmare. And we got deeper and deeper into more and more seconds being made. I think our seconds percentage, like our faulty product, was about 50%, like terrible. So we had hundreds of thousands of dollars of wasted stock sitting in the yard, which we started selling that off on Trade Me, and people could still use it. It was fine to use, but it wasn't first grade material. That were
Hmm.
products. We nearly lost our big customers like Mitre 10, Placemakers, Bunnings, those guys who are spending millions of dollars a year with us. Those relationships were under massive threat. We couldn't deliver. It was terrible, and we just got deeper and deeper. We probably went, I don't know, at least $1 million over budget as well. And so I got back out from selling and just started spending every day, 7 days a week on the factory floor, helping the guys, sweeping, cleaning up, driving the forklift, coming home just covered in black oxide and cement, like a mess, right? This was 2017. So I did probably 3 months of that, 90 days, and we managed to turn it around. We put in some manual machines. So we went back a step in time and we put in two manual lines, got some quality product running off those again, started delivering, catching up on our orders. But that was incredibly tough. And so my big lesson from that is earn the right to automate. So don't go and spend money on automation unless you've really nailed your manual process. Also do your due diligence, like really, like what's the word? We didn't do a good enough scope for this project. We should have really done better research. Money won't solve your problems. Money just creates more problems. That's a massive win, massive learn for me. And I want to share that with you guys who are listening. Is that here's one of my favorite quotes now is that use your head, not your wallet. Like when you're on a shoestring budget and you are so creative, and we take this approach in this business now. We started taking that approach at Premier Group, and it changed everything. Do more with less. And in hindsight, which is a wonderful thing, we would never have made that mistake, and we would have carried on building on the successes that we already had. But it was a huge mistake, and so we share this with a lot of people. Lots of other mistakes, but that was a huge one. So you could say it was a massive failure, but it was also a massive learning opportunity. Does that
Yes.
help?
Yes, it does. So in the end, I would like you to give us three business tips.
Three more. Okay. Right. How many have we given already?
You have given a lot, but this is the end of the our
That's fine. That's
video.
fine. Let's do it. Okay. I'm going to write them down. I'm going to write them down. So basically, yeah, get a coach. Invest in a coaching program, right? Invest in yourself. Like, invest in your education. Like, and I don't mean go to university. No way. I don't mean that because everyone I've ever met, and I say this respectfully, that we used to employ coming out of university, we had to retrain them. So nothing seemed to apply in the real world. So that was a shame. So invest in your education, like do some business, like especially business coaching, because a lot of Kiwis think that they'll invest in property and that'll be their retirement egg or whatever. But I want you to think about this. The return on investment of buying a small business and putting in place, if you follow a program like ours, you can get 50 times your money back, 100 times your money back. We had one client the other day who got 100 times his money back on our coaching. 100 times. He spent $20,000 and he got 2 million. Crazy in 12 weeks. So that's the results we're getting. So invest in your education. Accept that you don't know what you don't know. Get your ego out of the way. Your ego will blind you to the things you need to see the most, literally.
Yes.
And so I've got a coach a mentor actually in the USA, amazing guy. He's miles ahead of me in business and life and everything. And he always says to me, Bernard, your ego will blind you to the things that you need to see the most, or, your biggest problems. And so he's always reminding me to, put that aside, put that aside. And same for my clients, put your ego aside. So get rid of that, get rid of it. And then what's another one? Invest in your education, ego. Follow one program and just follow it and follow the process. Trust the process. Stop getting distracted, right? The curse of the entrepreneur is too many good things. And if you chase two rabbits, too many good things. If you chase two rabbits, both rabbits will escape. If you chase three rabbits, they will all escape. Four rabbits, they will all escape. 10 rabbits. And so I have meetings with people that, business owners, they come to me, they've been in business 20 years and they've got all these great ideas. And I'm like, but you've been in business 20 years and you're still only doing $1 million in revenue, or you're still only doing 5 million. What's the problem? And they don't see it. They don't see it. And I say, listen, you've got to stop and you just got to chase one thing and get really, really good at it. Really good, like the best in the world. One thing, and you'll make a lot of money and a lot less stress and a lot less hassle for your staff, a lot less complication, all of these things. And they say, but, oh no, this is different. This is different. I'm like, no, you are not a special snowflake. You're the same as every other entrepreneur who has magpie syndrome, chasing all the shiny things.
Yes.
So choose your lane, swim in one lane. Does that help?
Yes, it does. Thank you, Bernard, for your time today. It was lovely talking to you, and you gave us a lot of knowledge about the business. And I can tell you, you are very passionate about it. And this all comes
Yes.
from experience, doesn't come from just, talking from like it comes from
No theory.
experience.
No
Yeah.
theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for your time. And lovely people who are watching this video, please like, share, and follow, subscribe, and come back for more. We bring
Yes.
more videos every week. Thank you, Bernard.
Great. Great to see you, Harshmeen. And yes, I'll say to all your viewers, Harshmeen has a great channel. She's always bringing in good people that can share great information. I would love to do more of these with you, Harshmeen. There's so much more we can share. So I really want to encourage everybody to support you.
Yes, we will be doing a 13-week series with you about 13 systems. Remember? We will
Brilliant.
do that. We will start that very soon. I will
Bring it on.
book a time and organize that.
Sounds great. Thank you so
Thank you so
much.
much. See you. Bye.